things. Let's see. I gotta see. I'll show you my stuff too. Man, I can't catch shit. My lucky fish.
I also make fucking bones. Huh?
See, I used to. I would have at one time. I would have been like, "Oh hell yeah, let me get one of those." But yeah, man, I put the trees down a few years back. It was just.
I'll send you this and
slowing me down.
I'll go with us. I ain't even accepted your friendship yet.
It sucks too, cause it like. If you had ever told me that I would stop, if you told me years ago that I would ever stop smoking weed, I would have said nonsense. You're kidding me? Like, no way, never ever. But yeah.
Oh, I stopped for fucking about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually quit about just over 10 years ago. I remember this specific date, and it's kind of the reason I chose that day too, because I thought if I'm gonna stop, this is a good day to do it, because I'll always be able to, if ever I forget when it was, I can always look back and see, I can mark this date, because there was a big blackout in all of Southern California. It was like, you could easily look that up anytime if you forget what date it was, because it's never happened before. Like
Joshua Anton. Okay.
Joshua Anton Duncan. Yep. Yeah, that's me. So yeah, if basically the guy, okay, so the guy you see in my profile picture, he was my boss and my mentor and my roommate. The thing is, like I worked for him, and basically he would dispatch me and send me out on all these gigs, but he also like rented a room to me, and so right about the time I moved in with him is when this big blackout happened, and I ended up quitting smoking weed like that very night. But he actually just passed away, which is why I put him in my profile picture, just because, like, that guy just, like, I mean, I just owe so much to him. He just, like, really changed the whole trajectory of my life. I learned so much from him. Now I DJ on cruise ships and stuff. I've seen the entire world, essentially because of the skills that he taught me, so like, yeah. And so he just passed like about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So yeah, but yeah, I've been around the world now. I've seen it all. I've been everywhere, and like now I just sit around and play video games, because I feel like I'm retired. I'm just like, oh well, COVID hit, we're stuck at home. Oh well, if I could make the most of it. COVID struck right. I was in Southeast Asia at the time, and like the whole cruise industry just got put on hold indefinitely.
Damn it. Yeah, here
that'll teach
couple years ago, I was cooking some taco meat and fucking got hot grease in my eye. I about lost my eyeball.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, the doctor fucking
I'm gonna take a look at you.
The doctor fucking put a the blank contact lens in there to keep that eyelid from sticking to my my eyeball sticking to my eyelid.
Oh god.
And
that's so scary.
I thought it popped out, and it didn't. It fucking set up fucking infection. And here, I'll send you a picture.
Oh god, alright, yeah. Man, I had a bad eye injury a few years back myself. Damn.
I was, man, I was fucking badass at GTA and shit. but when they, you know, it's like looking through a fucking piece of visqueen on that side, and it throws some of my stuff
So
off.
it's still like that, like all cataract looking
No,
like that?
no, it's not like that. You know, I got most of my vision back. It's one of the reasons I didn't sue
But is
motherfucker
it? I mean, it
because
looks kind of awesome actually in a way. It looks like Terminator. Or something like.
I'm a vet, so the
Mm.
dude, I had to spend a month in the hospital, and for 20 of them days they woke me up every hour, only hour, would fucking put drops in my eye to save my eye.
Damn. That's damn, that's fucking scary. Like, I had a bad eye injury like a few years back because of my own stupid nonsense, fucking dumbass self. like, I had gone to visit a friend up in Vegas. He's a magician, and he hustles like he does like sleight of hand, like close up magic in bars, hustling for tips and drinks or whatever. And I knew like that place that he kind of haunted on the regular, so I just thought, oh yeah, I won't even tell him I'm coming. I'm just sneak up on him, and I did, and it was cool. And so like we got down to just like celebrating, and just like I drank way too much rum, and next thing you know, like he's like oh come on man, Josh, you're completely like obliterated. Like you haven't seen my new apartment, so you know, come on, you're gonna crash at my place tonight. And we're going down the strip, and I'm like, oh wait, hold up, I gotta pee. And I go, and he's like, no, just don't pee in the middle of the freaking Las Vegas Strip, dude. You're gonna get arrested or something. I'm just like, whatever. And so I go like behind some truck or something, and I'm like peeing in some bushes or whatever, and like midstream, I just completely black out and just just fall straight, just just face first into these bushes, and like a branch just smacked me. I think the twigs and everything just went right in my eye as hard as it could. And like that's the day I learned what subconjunctival hemorrhaging is. Like, you ever seen an eyeball that's like the entire white's the eye is red, bright red, and I guess yours was. Yeah. And it was completely swollen shut to where like I could barely open it. The cornea was all scratched up, and my vision was ruined for a few days. But even after that, it scared the shit out of me, because like even after my vision returned and it was starting to open up, it was like really saggy. It looked like I'd had a stroke or something. Like the whole side of my face was just like all like it was all asymmetrical, lopsided and stuff. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna be a fucking mutant freak for the rest of my life, because it wasn't going back. And it literally took like 4 months for it to finally go back to normal. And I didn't think it was going, but it finally came a day where I was like, oh my gosh, the human body is an amazing resilient thing, because like it looks like I'm back to my normal self, but it took months. It's crazy. So that's funny. Honky, look, Graham, you look like almost precisely the way I expected you to look. Like, I mean, minus the eye.
There we go.
Like, yeah, you look about because your voice just says it all, man. You are, you know what I mean? Like, you are this. Yeah, show me.
Did it send it? It should have sent.
Not yet.
Huh? Let's see. Let's see, messenger.
Dude, I injured myself really fucking bad, like
No,
a
few
weeks ago.
Now, dude.
I sliced my wrist open, like, really bad. I seriously thought I was gonna die for a minute. Awesome, man. Nice mohawk. This is a recent one?
Yeah, yeah. It's within probably about 6 months. Okay, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man. Wow, what is holding that hair up? That's amazing.
Just heat.
Just
Flat out, you know, like a crimper, but they're flat.
okay, yeah.
For girls. That's nothing but heat.
I'm gonna send you a picture of when I fucking like accidentally like. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't send you. It's so bloody. It's ridiculous. Like I can't even believe it. I literally thought I was like, oh shit, this is the end of me. I can't believe it. This stupid accident. Like I just sliced my wrist open. This is how people die. This is how I'm gonna die. And then I didn't die, so that was good. But you know. It was crazy, dude. There was literally just fucking blood all over the damn place.
That's one of my portraits that I've done. I've done that from fucking Polaroids. Let's see.
Oh, nice, man. Yes. Okay, yeah. Very, very good, dude. Okay, we're on the same page then. I like it. I like it. I like it. Man, and you know this the.
What's that? Hello?
Oh, really excellent work, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I had to pause for a moment. I'm just appreciating like the.
Appreciate it.
Just the meticulous attention to detail, man. It's really fine work.
Let's see.
And the
see if I can
values,
find,
the values are really nicely.
Yeah, well,
like,
around here,
the way that
it's not nothing here. I mean,
no, I know. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I know you're a diamond in the rough, man, for real. In your parts, no doubt. Like, wow. I just love like the intensity of the values as the eyes are the darkest of all, and it really draws you in.
you ever seen wood burning?
Yeah,
pyrography. I do that. I do a lot of just about anything artistic.
Yeah, see, but you and I are kindred spirits, man. I think we're on the same page. That's crazy. Who knew? That's crazy. Yeah, because anything. I can't stop like just tinkering and just you know what I mean. Like I seriously will be like the dude on the porch just whittling, just like with a freaking knife and a block of wood, just going to town. I'll show you some of my stuff. Just kind of give you a rough idea that I'm not just just talking out of my ass or whatever. Let's see if I can do something real quick. So, I presume the one you showed me, that's from photo reference, no doubt, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll show you something.
Yeah, I'll do them from
comparable
photos.
from me.
Because, you know, do a realistic photograph picture, it takes hours and hours and hours.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But I love, like, getting lost in all the little textures and just really like.
Where's the bear? I keep hearing him, I don't see him. Anyway. Uh-oh, wolf.
This link. Pull it up.
Damn, stop me, wolf. Oh, I got a legendary.
This was one So this first link I sent you, this is basically an ex-girlfriend of mine long ago. She was like this little bohemian, little Punky Brewster type of like, you know, alternative type of like super. I don't know what you call it.
Got him.
And then it's her and a friend of hers on a couch, and when I saw like the fishnet stockings and like with the Converse, and then the even like the little safety pins in her friend's pantyhose with like all the holes and runs in them, and just everything. I don't know. I just like I have to draw that. I snagged that photo from her and said,
"Oh, have you ever seen Dead Fred?"
Never seen that.
My Dead Fred. I'll show you.
Oh, Drop Dead Fred or what?
No, they're Dead Fred.
Somebody asked me. My Dead Fred. My Dead Fred.
But I don't know. Cheap ass Halloween. It ain't even a mask. It was something that set outside, and I repainted him and everything. Put eyeballs in him and all kind of shit.
Oh hell yeah! Dude,
now I took him and took and split the back and got the pliers for the rings and made a mask out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You gotta send me a picture of you wearing this thing. That looks good.
Huh?
That's really cool. You send me a picture of you wearing the mask.
This ain't me, it's a friend of mine, but he put it on and I took a picture of it.
Oh, nice. That's the mask. That's the mask that you painted. That's
yeah.
The Dead Fred.
Mm-hmm.
That's rad. It's not a crossbow. That's rad. I love it.
So you're low on fat for explosive rounds. For explosive rounds.
I think I'm pretty well stocked up. I'm stocked up. But alright, let's see. I'm gonna send you. Okay, so this one. This one is another ex-girlfriend. A lot of my artists are ex-girlfriends because they fucking just burn me up. They devour my brain and my heart and chew me up and spit me out. This one in particular, though, she is evil. She's super evil. This girl is a straight up psychopath. Like, I kind of feel like, in retrospect, like that cat says it all. She's like a witch, for real. She was a crazy, like the very definition of the crazy cat lady. Yeah, this is just straight. This is actually literally just, I think, I want to say it's just number 2. I might have used some other grades of graphite, some 3s and 6s or whatever, but I feel like
do you use blending stumps or anything like that?
Sometimes, yeah.
I'd rather do it all.
It might have just been pretty much.
I'd rather do it all by I'll hold my pencils at further back and let the weighted pencil and do it in layers.
Yeah. That's great. I like that technique. Absolutely. It takes a patience for sure, but yeah, if you just like, yeah, man, you know, this. Have you taken any formal like art classes?
No, I taught myself. I mean,
see, that's brilliant. That's exactly right.
It makes me angry when people say, "Oh, you've been blessed with a talent." Yeah, the talent's not
hard work.
not the part. It's all that fucking hours you put in on it, honing your skill.
I mean, you might have had
all the talent is the drive and the want to do it.
Exactly, and you have all these people that are in this very dismissive way, like, oh, I can't even draw a stick figure. Oh well, you know. Like,
I can teach anybody to draw, but you gotta apply yourself.
Exactly, just like anything else, you know. But yeah, man, this is. But you're exactly right. Like if you hold back towards towards the back of the the eraser end of the pencil or whatever, and just kind of just hatch ever so let the weight of the pencil itself do all the pressure there is.
It's
and just build that up in layers.
Absolutely,
it is. Yeah, if you're impatient like me, you might throw your finger in there.
I usually use a number 2 too hard. It's usually what I use unless I got to do a real dark background, really dark, and then I'll use some bees.
See, I like the bees just because I love how soft and buttery they are. Like I know I don't really need to do that, but it's just like I just love them though. So I'm gonna send you another ex-girlfriend. This one I know like for sure has major problems proportionately, just because it wasn't done from photo reference. It was done just like I was drawing her as she was drawing. You'll see like she's in profile and she's drawing and I'm drawing her while she's drawing, and because it's just sort of eyeballed or whatever and it's sort of naive. I was like 20 frizzle 23 or so when I drew this, and like I just know like I could do better now, but just like there's it's got proportional problems for sure, but I still like the details I'm proud of. I kind of just like if you zoom in it's nice, but if you kind of look back at the big picture, like it's kind of off because like her head is misshapen and stuff, like but I still like it though, in a way. It represents a moment. It's actually like in real time, real life.
No, it ain't. It's kind of a bad picture, but I didn't take it.
Oh, it's like compressed a billion because it's so pixelated. It makes it look like Legos.
She took it with a BlackBerry.
So this is you doing tattoo work?
It's
nice.
Yeah, it's looking for some. I usually don't take pictures of my work because I I never have it for long.
Man. Yeah, BlackBerry. So like literally just like pre-smartphone like technology. It's just like,
Yeah.
can you believe your phone can take a picture? It's like, well, kinda.
It was in 90. I know that was in about 2000. About 2000.
Oh shit! No. Okay. No. I see now. I just saw the first one. Actually, no. No, these wings. Like, yeah, man. I, I mean, look. This is. I see so many terrible tattoos, and to me, even in these poor picture quality, I can tell you've got the symmetry down. You've got like the way that you render the feathers and like the little like the.
Well, I just sent you some more
between the filaments and stuff.
I just found
really
the pictures.
cool.
I sent you more,
and, sort of
and it's got my wood burning in it too.
Wings are super fun to draw, like just because they have a sort of fractal nature to them. Like trees.
You know, she never twitched, moved, said, "Hold up, let me take a break." Nothing.
Dude, I love your wood burning. Dude, this is crazy. I'm super stoked to see this.
It's professionally called pyrography. Dude, so if you ever want to look up some of it, it's pyrography.
Pyrography is what it's called.
Pyro, yeah. P-Y-R-O graphy.
Yeah, fire drawing. You're right. Like, I mean, literally, you know, if we break it down, etymologically or whatever, root words, pyrography, yeah, pyrography, fire drawing, wood burning. Yeah.
I wish I had a picture of the one I done of my dad and stepmom. They were both with cowboy hats.
Now, the green skull, is that airbrush?
Yes, that's airbrush. Well, mixed media.
Nice.
Oh, and
oh yeah. Cause I see that you for the highlights you did a little bit of fine brush work. Maybe
yeah.
So.
Damn.
Is that right? Is that right? Like for the highlights, you got in there with like a little.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I like that all around the edge.
What there?
A little fine highlight around the drop shadow, and it's just like, yeah, you're doing it.
I've got a tabletop in here I done. And the skull that I done my fingers mostly.
Send it. So here's like a little bit of a kind of a still life, you might call it, back when I smoked a lot of Black and Milds.
Okay.
Actually, I just started up smoking Black and Milds again. But I just took some of that Canson Mitiente's pastel paper. It's literally the color of the paper is called tobacco. And I just like used a pastel pencil. I like pastel pencil because I can, you know, still sharpen it and have that fine control. It's pencil, it's pastel, but it's like
I got into the Prismacolor color pencils. They're very blendable, but somebody stole them.
I love that. And for this, I probably did use some blending stumps or something like it, just to kind of get a little bit of, for like that wispy smoke and stuff, and like I like doing like trying to make the transparent, you know, like the little wrapper and stuff. And
I was wondering why I couldn't make the picture bigger.
You gotta click on the link, man.
I had to click the link. Dude, you know how to set up fucking a website?
You know, I had my own domain for years. I started one up in like, gosh, it was like 2002. It was graphiteghost.net, and I had it for years and years, and it was just sitting there literally like a little empty, lonely corner of the internet that nobody ever visited except me and like the 2 or 3 people like once a year that I would refer to go look at it or whatever. Like no, it was zero traffic, and I was paying to maintain this domain.
Oh.
That was, you know, I mean, I even like studied enough HTML to like make it decent, and you know, essentially copying, pasting other people's source code and sort of like making, you know, just switching it up, plugging in variables to make it my own or whatever.
See, I want to set one up for my bong.
I mean, it was
I take
primitive though, but I
bottles
finally,
and
when
make
I was
bongs.
just like in really hard times, I just like let it go, and I lapsed on the payment for the domain name, so it just like it just went away, which sucks because it was a lot of work. But so this one is not I'm not hosting this. This is through Adobe. They give you like this thing called like myportfolio.com.
Ooh, I like
so
that.
It's
Love
graphic
it.
goes. Yeah, it's really easy. You just like throw your shit in or whatever.
No, I mean,
It's
I like it.
it's graphic
Cigars.
stuff. Hmm?
I like the cigars. That's badass.
Oh, right. Oh, thank you, man.
So click to the side and oh, some names for them and everything. Cool. Yeah, I've never. Oh, okay.
Have you ever tried drawing like with like white charcoal on dark paper?
No. Oh.
It's kind of like doing it like negative style, like just
Yeah.
like basically in
Well,
reverse, you know?
I know how to do the silk screening, so yeah, I know all about positive
but-
and negative.
Yeah, sure, yeah, you get the concept or whatever. But yeah, it was just a fun. I always said I was gonna do this again, and I never got around to it. But it's really just flipping it or whatever, and drawing the light rather than the dark
Mm-hmm.
is a pretty cool exercise or whatever. You know, it's like rather than drawing the eyelashes or whatever, draw the space between the eyelashes. in a sense, you know, like
If you
like
when I was probably about 18 or so, I found a book. It's called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And it fucking helped
I know
me
that one.
tremendously. Especially the turning the picture upside down and drawing what's there and not what you think you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
It's
teaches
so
you.
weird because like I at 41 years old now, like there's so many things that like I stumbled upon just kind of organically that I now see like basically all over YouTube,
Yeah,
TikTok,
everything.
whatever, like Instagram.
You can't never
like,
unsee it.
Everybody's no, but they're like sharing these tips, like, you know what I mean, like they're like 18, 19 years old. They're like, okay, here's, you know, in order to like, you know, just so you like, you might find that if you flip, if you mirror, you know, like obviously if you're using like Photoshop or Procreate or some digital thing, you can just mirror, you can just like flip horizontally or whatever and take a look at like, you know, just take a look at it flipped or whatever and realize like, oh, I've been skewing it a bit. I think I'm kind of, you know, you can kind of easily see where you've, you know what I mean, like where you're sort of leaning one way or something, right? And that was something that like just through trial and error and just sort of discovering over time, I'm like, you know, me at like 9 years old, like taking my art, taking my 8.5 by 11, you know, like typing paper or whatever it is, and just like putting it up to the TV backwards, because there's light emanating from the TV, you know what I mean, and being able to see through it in reverse and going, oh, you know,
Like an OPEC
I see where I need
projector.
to like fix things or whatever, because it's like, you know, Yeah, like a light box or like a, you know what I mean, but like using the TV for that, you know, this old ass fucking like Magnavox fucking curvy what do you like bubble screen or whatever, and then flipping it, you know, just, and literally just doing that and then kind of tracing over to like making adjustments where I need to, and literally just doing iterations upon iterations of that over and over again until I feel like it's actually more balanced or whatever.
I'm
Like,
broadcasting,
and
so
then and
if
now
you
you can
want
just
to
do that like
check
instantly.
the front of your, you know, where you start the game, she showed me broadcasting. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I guess the
I
channel
got so
would be under
fascinated with the
Richard
fact that you
Kennedy.
draw, dude. I just completely dropped out of the game.
I guess it'd be Richard Kennedy on YouTube. This the email's under Richard Kennedy 699 at Gmail.
See, Richard Kennedy. Okay. I'm certain, like I've like I'm looking at drawing on the right side of the brain. I know that I must have owned it at some point. I'm pretty certain.
I can't remember the name of the book. The special effects book for airbrushing, and taught myself how to airbrush. I pretty much taught myself all of it.
I was like, I guess airbrush is like kind of prohibitively expensive for me. I've always had to deal with
Actually, it's
like
pretty
graphite
cheap.
paper.
The Masters makes knockoff Iwatas. Now, Iwata's the best airbrush you can buy.
Are you familiar with the work of like Sorayama? Kind of pin up like robot girl stuff or whatever that he did with airbrush like back in the day.
Oh damn, what was his name? One that done the alien work and the Necronomicon.
Geiger, H.R. Geiger.
Geiger, yeah. He was one of my
Giger,
favorites.
right, actually, I guess is how I actually pronounce it, but yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. But you've never seen Sorayama, though?
Huh?
Have you never seen Sorayama's work?
Who's that?
Yeah. He's like, I presume from the name, he's Japanese, but yeah, Hajime Sorayama, and he does this super, like, just lovely, like, I mean, it's very, I suppose, very kind of dated now. It looks like very kind of 80s, but it's very like tantalizing, like metallic. You know, it's that highly like chromy, reflective looking. You know, like these like kind of I guess it's what you call cheesecake art or whatever. It's that like really erotic like pin-up art or whatever of like these like robot girls. I mean, it's all airbrush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the airbrushes and stuff, I'll use that airbrush combined with a little gouache or, you know, acrylic. Oh shit. What the hell is his name? He does comic books. I got he sent me a damn book. Seen one of my, a friend of mine got me to do a wood burn of for the president of Wizard magazine, and
Wizard,
he's seen it.
Price guide, the comic price guide.
Huh? Yeah. He seen it and sent me a damn book autographed. Somebody stole it. It's pretty cool. And, you know, they asked me if I'd do him one, and I
used
sent
to
him
collect
one.
Wizards because I was always trying to stay on top of the value.
You know, 100 Wizard
Excellent.
100 with Spider-Man. That's the one Woodburn with the wizard hat. Spider-Man with the wizard hat. I done that shit when I was locked up. Penitentiary.
Hey, nice man.
Wait, you did a wizard cover.
No, I didn't do the cover. I done it, and I put on there in honor of damn, I remember his name. He's a photorealistic. He does photorealism in the comic books. Real well known.
I think I know who you're talking about. It's like watercolor or something, or
Gouache.
maybe it's gouache.
It's gouache. Yeah.
It's like DC like Superman and
Yeah, he's
and,
been
like
both
Justice League,
Marvel and DC.
but like the way they would actually look if they were like real, right?
Live.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
here
what
we go,
is
here
his
we go.
name?
I see the
Fucking. Anyway, but he also draws a character, one of his own characters, Uncle Sam. I done Woodburn and read it and sent it to him. But I never got nothing back from him because that was about 2 weeks before I got out of prison.
When was that?
Oh,
I
2004.
see what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, 2000, yeah, 2004. 2004, 2005, mainly.
How long a stretch was that?
Huh? Oh,
How long had you been in there?
I done 7 years on a 6-year sentence. I absconded twice. I couldn't do no parole. I just don't like people keeping up with me. There's trade routes.
Right.
My favorite one.
So okay, so this Wizard, January 2000. It's the cover's clearly by him. I see what you're talking about. So you sent him a wood burning of this cover.
Yeah.
Is that right? You did your copy of his cover and sent it to him?
Yeah. I've done, but I put it on there in honor of him, whoever his name was. Since I got somebody stole the book, I kind of wanted to forget it. Kind of made me mad.
Right.
It was something that was kind of special to me. I'd actually give it to my goddaughter. One of her friends stole it. That broke my heart.
This one, yeah.
But let's see. Oh, I gotta go. And, you ever do the trade route?
Hell yeah, let's do trade route. I'm all about it. Hold up, let me come join you.
Oh shit! I went in.
I'm not. Oh no, I'm so like not even.
I
love.
I get on the
route
front of the train.
Every time.
I get on the front of the train.
I
I'm the
always
bush
do the
guard.
back. That's funny. I always do the dead caboose, man.
You know the flat spot in the very, very front of the train, where the bush guard is. That's where I get.
All right.
Not behind the.
It's funny because I get in the back just like knowing that like not everybody considers it like the greatest spot because I'm not trying to like jostle for the compete for the prime spot or whatever, but weirdly enough I often get the most kills like
Shit.
it's the back.
Come on. Shit, it's gonna be. Sean. Come on. I don't have it. I don't have any pictures of my work hardly. That's always gone for. Oh man, I missed it. I was trying to invite Sean. And missed the front of the train. Boy, they can't shoot.
I'm gonna send you something I'm working on. At least I should be working on it.
Damn.
Sort of dropped the ball. That's the thing. I'm the slowest, laziest artist. Prolific I could be if only I.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh, fucking dumbasses. Shit. When I do my pencil drawings, I do them on bristle board.
Say that again.
Bristol board.
Hmm?
You don't use no like cold press or hot press or nothing like that?
Oh, yeah, I have in the past, you know. Gosh, it's funny because like every time I try to get, you know, real properly professional about this stuff, I end up just like falling back on, you know, the most primitive, like just kindergarten tools or whatever. You know, like it just by default I end up resorting to like my old Dixon Ticonderoga #2 and you know, just some plain old fucking printer paper.
Suck, man.
But like I said, the black and mild piece was on Canson Mitiente's pastel paper, and So was the one on red. It's like red. Can't it's sort of a red, like a I don't know what you call it, like a red leaning into the orange kind of red, like a very or it used to be deep, kind of faded, but like it was a nice deep red tone with white charcoal on it, but I didn't because I go with the headphones. And you know, other than that, I mean, I've done a couple things on canvas, mostly with acrylic because I don't have the freaking balls to like to do oil. Actually, that's not true. I did one landscape painting once trying to emulate Bob Ross back in the day, and it was pretty pathetic, honestly, if I'm honest about it. But you know, oil is such a commitment, it's such a mess, and it's such a
it's expensive though.
It's just
God,
and it's expensive as hell too. Not to mention, yes, indeed, yeah. So fuck that. I don't know about all that, but
not cute.
I do. But you know what? I feel like as I kind of like enter, you know, the latter half of my life or whatever, like. Gosh, I hope I have half left. I don't know about even that, but
You remember Frank Frazzetti and all them?
Yeah, of course he's the man.
Boris.
The fantasy art. Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like their old work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was reading some of Frazzetti stuff. He actually uses ink and on some of this stuff, ink and alcohol.
There you go. I get that. Now that sounds nice. My language. No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, whatever works, you know. But I think when it comes to like making pieces that, I think it has more to do with like if you really expect it to be preserved for posterity for any length of time, there should be some standard of like, you know, you use proper materials or whatever, you know. And if you're gonna try to present a portfolio to anybody who might want to employ you, you know, you might want to look like you're somewhat serious or whatever. But the thing is, I don't care about being employed. I don't care, like, when it comes down to it, I'm finding I just don't have.
Did you go to art school?
I've just not cut. No. I mean, I took just a couple of classes just to, you know, I made a half-hearted attempt at saying that I, you know, I did some community college, just a couple of classes, really nothing. I never pursued a degree seriously. Never, like, I don't pursue anything seriously. I just kind of do whatever I please most of the time. So, and that's, you know, and actually that kind of works. Like, for the most part, it seems to kind of work for me. Weirdly enough.
I've done almost a year of engineering for drafting.
Yeah, I did some drafting in high school, you know, with AutoCAD. Learned how to make those really nice block letters and stuff. I still, you know, that's probably the best skill I still carry on to this day or whatever. You know, but like, yeah, you know, I like it because I had a good drafting teacher. He taught me like you know, he had the right kind of work ethic, or the right sort of spirit for like the discipline of good draftsmanship or whatever, you know. Just like he had this thing he liked to say where like you have this automatic success mechanism built into your head. Anything that you want to do better and which you do repeatedly, you will get better at it. Like, that's all there is to it. Like, it's like you're saying, you know, just like put in the hours or whatever. Like, you know, if you want it and you do it and you simply do it, you will get better at it. Like, steadily get better and better and better, like automatically. And that's true. That is true. Like, that's the thing. I find I'm super incompetent about things I don't care about. Like, I'm a blundering idiot.
With the mask on.
Like, I cannot do shit like you would swear I'm just absolutely like mentally deficient if you put me to work doing some task that that has no meaning to me or whatever. Like I'm just like,
Yeah, me too.
I don't know, I can't, you know. But if I care about it, like if I want to figure out how it's done, I'm dangerous. Like I'm unstoppable. Like I will, like it could be the most frivolous, like pointless thing in the world, but if I just want to do it, I'll figure out how to do it. Like, you know, yeah. And honestly, half the time, the art projects I end up working really hard on are not the ones I should be working on because they're the most frivolous ones. They're usually the ones that are fun and stupid, and then like the ones that would be fine art if I just put my head to it, they fall by the wayside half the time. But like, but I want to show you. I'm going to show you.
There's this table. There's a tabletop. I tell you, I painted most of my fingers and paint markers.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't matter about the materials, right?
I ain't had no brushes.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You'll make it happen if you want it bad enough. Dude, is that same mask?
Yeah.
That's badass. Look at that grin, man. Look at that skeletal grin.
That's dead. That's Dead Fred, man. That's my buddy.
Dead Fred.
Dead Fred, yeah.
Yeah, see, but that's what I mean. Like you know how to get those values in there.
Well, he's glowing in the dark.
The dark recesses around the
he's
eyes
glowing
and
in
stuff.
the dark,
and,
man.
You know.
I don't even glow in the dark.
Even
man.
the lettering. Even the lettering, you know, you have this like drop shadow, and the tail of the Q actually sits over, you know, the circular form of
my table. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
It's nice, man.
I
something very simple.
actually helped a professional sign painter for a year or so, and he was teaching me how to sign paint.
It's funny. I had one of my employers, another guy that ran another DJ company before. He owned a property. He owned a property where he would, you know, host wedding receptions or whatever, and you know, and he called it Paradise Gardens, and he wanted me to paint a sign for him, and that's when I figured out that I could actually like paint lettering like as if it were like a fucking decal or whatever, you know what I mean? Like like it's actually with acrylic, like it's actually, you could make crispy, precise lettering that looks like it was, you know, that it came off a printer or whatever. It like I was so stoked, but it was a pain in the ass to do.
I wish I'd had some of my drawings I'd done with colored pencils. I kind of like them because, I mean, you can get precise with them.
So, okay, so I told you my friend and mentor Earl died recently, and I just kind of felt compelled to like do something to kind of like celebrate his, you know, life or whatever. And I've been working on this piece. I'd really dropped the ball. Like it's not even halfway done really, but I want to show you kind of like where it's at right now.
Yeah, that was the cover I done right there. They actually
is that your Pepe Le Pew bomb?
Huh?
You sent me a Pepe Le Pew bomb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I made that. That's actually a cup. It's a cup. It's a Looney Tunes 3D mug. They're antiques. That's what I do. I take antique bottles and make pipes and debris and shit like that.
Oh, sweet. Hell yeah.
That's what I was wanting to
Awesome.
find somebody that can set up a fucking site. So I've got all the ones that I've made. I made sure that I could reproduce them. You understand? Yeah. And I've got pictures of all of them. Now put them on the site and see where it goes. I just don't know
Yeah,
how
see
to
that,
fucking
of course,
set one
like,
up.
see, I have no head for business whatsoever, but see, you
I
probably
don't
be
either.
killing doing something like that.
I get.
Like, I don't know the first thing about how
do
to
you know
actually
what?
monetize
Have
any of
you
this
ever
shit.
seen sheetrock mud art? Do that too. If you hadn't,
Sheetrock
look.
mud art?
Yes,
No.
look it up on YouTube. Basically, it's like a bas relief. Okay. You know what a bas relief is, right?
Yeah, like a shallow sculpture, sort of, right?
Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
precisely. And
Okay.
you what they'll do is they'll make a like a simple mold of what they're gonna do, like they're gonna do a wolf. He'll come in with a plaster of Paris. You know, it's not detailed. It's just a facsimile of it. Glue that to the wall, and then once you get that on there, you just start building up your hair and your texture to it. And you can do some really nice shit with just fucking off the wall shit. I mean,
I want to get into sculpture for real. The other night I was sandpapering some little styrofoam heads, like the sort of thing you'd find at a craft store, like the wig heads, or just little mannequin heads or whatever. But I was like just sandpapering them down, and then just like kind of just sculpting some forms into them. Found like it's really satisfying to do that sort of thing. It's really
especially just sit there and
just whittle
close
away,
your
man.
eyes and just I don't know.
It's like a whole new
I'm
dimension
weird.
that I want to get into. No, for real, I feel you, man. Like, it's cool, man. Graham, like, you and I are, like, fucking way better friends than we ever realized.
It's just a part of me. I mean, and I don't do it for money. I do it for people I like. You know,
exactly. I always end up just giving my shit away because I
reserve
don't
it
know
for,
what else to do with it.
I guess
if
a
people even go like,
reward.
"I'll pay you for it," I go, "I don't just take it." Because I don't even know. It feels weird, like trying to, like charge people for stuff. I don't know. I don't even know what to ask for. Just go.
Well, you're supposed to ask. How many years have you been doing it, and where you're at? You probably make about $50-$60 an hour. You should charge.
I mean, it's just but it's I don't know. It's just one of those things.
I mean,
it just doesn't compute for me. It's like a dead end. Like,
all right, look up what
it's
or
like
anything in it. You should make about half. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's funny because, like, in a way, here I am sounding as if I'm like, in a way, you would think that I'm such a sweetheart or whatever, just like just like so naive, not really,
I get
just
taken
giving
advantage
away.
of
Like,
on art.
I do too, but at the same time, it's a really terrible thing to do to other artists. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I'm realizing, because I've had a couple of scenarios one very recently, and one like a couple years ago, where somebody just really did not appreciate what the fuck it is that I do, severely undervalued my time and efforts or whatever, like wasn't serious, like wasted my time, disrespected my whole craft, my whole the skill I've cultivated for like years and years and years or whatever, and just like made a mockery of like our whole arrangement or whatever, just thinking it was just all fun and games for me or something, and like and when I think of like if any artist just giving shit away because maybe it literally is something that I just super enjoy, you know what I mean, it doesn't feel like work because I enjoy it or whatever, like, but anybody that's actually just giving it away because they have fun doing it is doing a serious disservice to other artists. Because,
well, yeah, but,
you know what I mean. It makes people expect that they can just get free fucking
not just
art.
anybody
like,
gets it though. I mean, when you do it like
that's true.
you
That's
know,
true.
it's for people that feel special to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course, that's
I mean,
true.
you're not turning out
my
tons
dumbass,
of work or nothing.
Yeah, my dumbass is like prepared to almost give it away to people I barely even know, just casual acquaintances and shit, and that's not a good idea. Like, don't do that. It's just so cold-blooded to people who, you know, who make their living that way. You know, like, don't. It's like the Joker said in The Dark Knight, right? If you're good at something, don't ever do it for free, right?
Well, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
That's true too, and it's true. It's true of what I actually make money doing, which is, you know, DJing aboard cruise ships. But, you know, and that's just the way I'm wired. I insist upon doing only that which I love. And luckily, somebody's managed to figure out a way to like pay me for that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just by some dumb luck, like I managed to actually survive just doing goofball shit. But like, well, not goofball shit, but you know what I mean, just doing the things that I'm passionate about. Like, my sister, on the other hand, is like the pragmatic one. She's got a, you know, and I, you know, recognize I'm never going to make quite as much money or have the same kind of like, you know what I mean, like lifestyle. Like, my sister's got a big fat house and, you know, and 2 kids, and, you know, and just like multiple different accounts where she doesn't even know where her money is, just stashes it all over the place or whatever, hiding it. You know, like, she's got backups upon backups, just retirement plans upon retirement plans, like, you know what I mean? Because she's just pragmatic like that. She needs that security. And me, I barely like know what the hell's gonna happen like next week. Like, I'm always flying by the seat of my pants, but I seem to always
reason
like,
I
kind of fall on my
never
feet.
tried to, you know, push any of my art. I was always afraid of the fame. Yeah, I didn't want
You're
that.
afraid
I
of
don't
the-
want that.
afraid of the fame?
Well, people. I don't like people. I don't. I'm very
Really? Because I don't
very
think that's
alone
quite it.
person.
You know, it's funny because as much of a hermit as you are, you're probably the most social.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm
in
not
this
an
environment,
asshole.
like no, but I just see how that's the one thing I always really enjoy playing with you, because there's always this random ass assembly, this cast of characters that you posseed up with, and I never know what I'm gonna get. It's like, you know, like, life is like a box of chocolates type of thing, because it's always like really a bunch of different characters, so much diversity from all walks of life, different personalities, and they all come under the umbrella of the Super Honkie posse. You know, like, because somehow you unify people, and you get along with everybody, and everybody gets along with you, which is really cool to see. So I don't know how it's you don't like people. I don't know. It must be something else. It must be.
No, I mean, it's I have anxiety about. I don't
Yeah, I
know
know,
where
I
it
get
comes
that.
from. I really don't. But
No, I get that. I'm the same way. Totally get that. Totally.
But it's scary because it fucking feels like you're gonna fucking die. People
Yeah.
get up on you and shit. And I don't know where it comes from. Just as a kid, I was always alone. You know, this way, you know, I'm still alone, but I get to, you know, not be
Yeah, it's under
bottled
like,
up.
It's kind of under controlled circumstances where you can kind of
Yeah, I can shut it
decide.
off.
You can turn it on and off at will. You can dispense exactly how much of yourself you want to give. If you should fail to like do what's expected in the normal like chain of like social etiquette or whatever.
I want everybody to be themselves. There's no
Yeah,
expectation.
but that's just it. Like you can be yourself, and everybody, and just typically, yeah, that's what happens. People are themselves, and they can just chill. And if they just suddenly ghost, like I'm gonna go smoke, or I'm gonna go pee, or whatever. All right, peace, whatever the hell. Like that's it. You know what I mean? And it's cool. It's fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to like. You don't have to abide by necessarily like the same sorts of like social etiquette you might have to if you entered into like a real life situation or whatever where certain things are expected of you or whatever. There's, you know what I mean? Like, I think that makes sense to me. Like,
I have you're from California, right? You know all about vibration, people's vibration and stuff like that. If I walk into a room and people in there are mad, it transfers to me, and I get mad. I can't help it. I feel empathy. I don't even watch fucking shows with bad horror and shit in it, or killing and graphic killing and shit in it, because I feel that shit. It fucking hurts.
yeah, because you have a lot of empathy. You're hypersensitive to that sort of thing, right? Like you could feel it as if it's happening to you. Like, yeah, I get that. I totally get that. That's really beautiful, man. Like I was thinking something along those lines myself today, which is sort of weird. Like I was like, what is it that makes me like I can kind of turn it on and off in real life because I sort of have to. Like it's like I was always, I mean, obviously, like when you're drawing to that level of detail, when you're hunched over like a piece of paper with the
8 hours,
sharpest
10, 12.
sharpest point of a freaking Dixon Ticonderoga that you could possibly create, you know, just like, and you just going back and just letting it just graze up against that little razor blade, just ever so, you know, just getting that microscopically super fine fucking sharp point that you can get, and just getting in there and rendering all of that. Obviously, that's a very solitary pursuit, right?
It's meditation. I mean,
it is, and that's your world, you know, and so that creates a certain type of a personality, right? And so, for me to have suddenly found myself a professional DJ was horrifying, and like it took a long time.
When I was in Germany, I DJ'd for the top 5 club in the army, and when I got out, I DJ'd a little bit for a strip club, $1 Million Sandpiper in Shreveport.
Hell yeah. And that's just it. Like at first, it's like you can kind of hide behind the decks, and it's dark, and it's sort of like, you know, it's you know, you. I don't know. I don't know how it ever happened, honestly. Like when I first began, I thought I'd have one gig and they'd discover I'm a fraud and imposter, and at least I could say once upon a time I DJ'd professionally, and that was that. But I ended up being good at it. But it was an exercise in coming out of my shell and learning to actually just be this gregarious like entertainer guy or whatever. And so I can kind of turn it on, but it's like it takes a lot out of me. It's not my natural. I'm naturally much more introverted and reserved and stuff, right? So like, you know, it's not like that's really hard work, just coming out of my shell and being that guy or whatever. And I could do that, but it's like I went by default. I told myself this today. It's so weird that you say that. Like there's this fear. Like I was just like, by default, left to my own devices, I will like withdraw back into my shell and get in my own little laboratory or whatever and do my little mad science experiments where I can control everything and know it, because nobody understands anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't get it. This is quality control. Like nobody has this level of concern for like, you know what I mean? They're just like, oh, why don't you like, you know, like that's the thing. That girl that last time I had that, there was a girl that tried to commission me to do some illustrations for a children's book. But then I quickly found out that she had no like like no concern for actually putting love into this project and making it something that like would just be awe-inspiring to the kids. Like it was just supposed to be this like little disposable thing that like kids don't know the difference or whatever. You know, they'll eat it up or whatever. Like that was the way she was approaching it. I was like, yeah, we're not. You're not. We're not. I'm not doing this. Like we're clearly not on the same page here. Because like why would you not make it the very best it could possibly be? Like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean it's just for kids? Like that's
Well,
their formative years. Like think of the
my
media you consumed when you were a kid.
Says if you're gonna do something, you do it best you can. Yeah.
Exactly, and I get that spirit in the way that you play this game. And I always say that when people are like, whoa, why do you get so into it? Like, if you're gonna play, like do it, like commit, you know what I mean? Like play the fucking role, you know, play the part, do the thing. Like some of the people I would run these fucking go sell goods with, I swear you would think it was their actual job. Like another day on the grind, gotta fucking do this long distance delivery, fuck me. Like you don't have to do this, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got news for you, dude. You can turn this off at any time. This is not your actual job. This money you're earning is fake fucking money to buy fake cowboy boots and fake horses and fake guns and fake ammo to blow up fake people
acts
and
like
shit.
This is real fucking money. I was like,
I'm like, you better be having fun, or what the fuck are you doing this shit for? And that's how I feel about life, man. It's the fucking for real. Like, I'll zoom out, and it's just like anybody who's not, you know, doesn't recognize this for the ride and the game that it is. Like, what are you even doing? It's like, oh, if I accrue this interest for the next 43 years, and I pay my mortgage, like my IRA, my 401 IRA Roth, whatever the fuck, you know, then you know, I'm like, then what? You're gonna die fucking tomorrow. Like, you don't know. Like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, people trip me out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I try to be as little stress as I can.
Yeah, and that's just it. You can live a low impact. Like, I'm finding, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't even care if people look at me as unambitious or like lacking, the drive and aspirations. You know, like I'm like, you know what? I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? I'm happy. Like, low key. Like, my basic needs are met. I'm pretty comfy, and I'm able to draw pictures and mess around with music and play games and you know, talk to the people that I like and stuff. And like, what more can you really, you know what I mean? Like, what do you want from me? Like, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been sipping too much of this gin, man. I'm probably just rambling. I'm sorry, but
nah.
Yeah, you excited me though, man. Just showing me drawings and stuff. I had no idea you had these tricks up your sleeve. But see, I knew it though, man. I knew there was something. I knew you had some kind of spark, because the way you play this game, nobody else, like, you know what I mean? Like, really, like, that's the thing. They set up this world for you to live in, and you actually fucking live in it.
Shit, I wish I pray that they come out, they map the brain fully so they can put you in something like this. I would
man, wouldn't that be
for
something? Absolutely. Why not? I always say that too. Like, people are like, "Oh, I don't know." No, sign me up, man. Upload my consciousness into the fucking Matrix. Let's go. Like, you know, like that'd be incredible. Like,
Peter, I get some succulent fish. I know I had some, but.
What time is it out there in Arkansas?
It is 12:59, 1 o'clock.
Yikes.
Oh, I'm in.
That doesn't mean anything to you, though. Yeah, me too. The night is my time. Actually, I'm currently...
I draw disability for behavioral disorders, they call it.
Behavioral disorders?
Mm-hmm. For the anxiety. I had the genetic markers for autism, but it didn't fully manifest.
I see.
Probably one of the reasons why I don't like people and stuff like that. I pay attention to things people don't, details people don't, and
yeah, naturally, yeah.
If I can feel it with my hands, I can feel it with my heart.
That's lovely. That's really, I like that. I like that. So, like, you're sort of like somewhere on the spectrum in a sense.
You know how when you draw, right? It becomes part of you. I mean, if you're not putting that much into it, you're not trying. I mean, to me, that's everybody has their own opinion, and when we all grow up
for me, it's like you have to,
and understand that we got to respect each other's free will. Don't matter what that person does, that's his freeness to do it, and don't judge him for that, and just love him for another. Even the bad people, you gotta love them too. That's what the was supposed to be in Christ's message that they all lost. There was something I seen. Somebody had sent it to me. A professor took and put all of his students' names on balloons, and they put them in the hall. And he sent them in there. He's got 5 minutes. Go find your balloon. And none of them found their balloon. All right. Hey, he says, okay. Now y'all go back in there and find the person's balloon you're next to. And everybody found their balloon. He said, happiness is, if we search for happiness, we'll never find it. But if we help others find theirs, we will find ours with it.
I've heard this before. That's very familiar. I've heard that very thing. That's really profound. I like that.
I mean, it is. I mean, and it just went to me. People are so hung up on Christ as a figure, they forgot his message.
So the exercise began if you're just looking.
I'll send it to you.
If you're just looking at random. Man, isn't that something? And that's true. Like, I often find it's easier to like, I know better how to do things for other people sometimes than I do for myself. Like when it comes to, like my magician friend, for example. I helped. I did all, I made his logo, his graphic design, his whole website, all this stuff. And, was easily able to promote him. But when it comes to people would go oh, what's your DJ name or whatever, or what's your, and I go, it's Josh. I can't really, it's just, it feels pretentious or something to I can't, you know what I mean? But for somebody else, I'm like, yeah.
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a study he done.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so a professor gave a balloon to every student who had to inflate it, write their name on it, and throw it in the hallway. The professor then mixed all the balloons. The students were then given 5 minutes to find their own balloon. Despite a hectic search, no one found their balloon. At that point, the professor told the students to take the first balloon that they found and hand it to the person whose name was written on it. In 5 minutes, everyone had their own balloon. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, that, you know, that follows, right?
Yeah, I almost had it right.
Yeah, I mean, like, it, obviously it, like, makes perfect logical sense, but it's a really beautiful metaphor, too. And actually, yeah, I mean, it does apply, like, it does, there's a certain lovely little truth in there. That's really pretty. I dig it. What is that? Why does that work like that?
That's because we're too focused on ourselves. We forget how to have, you know, what is happiness. But when you focus it towards somebody else, it's drawn to you. I mean, you know. Oh man, I folded it back.
I really like that. Thank you for sending me that. I'm gonna relay that to somebody else. I like that. That's a nice little anecdote / metaphor. I dig it.
Throw the first one back. Oh, you might go piss.
So,
oh, and I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I mean, kind of hard to explain. I believe in God, just not the God that they seem to depict. My God's benevolent, not malevolent.
Malevolent, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, no. I mean, I would tell you straight up, like, if you were to go down that path, that's where we deviate for sure. Because I'd find myself becoming like a more like militant atheist every single passing day.
But you know, until we learn to accept each other's free will, we're not going to grow. We're not. We're going to stay here and fight and kill each other and be assholes. And when it's so easy, it's so easy just to expand. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
so,
if if I seen a drug addict that needed money for drugs, I'd give it to him, because I wouldn't want him going through that pain of not having, or an alcoholic. They say, oh, he just think it. Yeah, but if you've ever had kin folks that went through DTs and stuff, you would know what kind of pain there was in. You wouldn't want to see that man go through that. You know, until we respect each other on that level, then we're doomed
exactly
here.
Right. That's exactly right. That's why I always like. Oh, damn, dude.
You know what Bible stands for, right? Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Yeah, I've heard that kind before. That's cute. But but I mean, but I mean, let's not forget the Bible, like explicitly endorses slavery and genocide
You know,
and like
it was, it was written to control people without force.
right. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
Honestly,
yeah,
I mean,
I,
if you read the history on it, I mean, the King James Version of the
no,
Bible
clearly,
was
clearly.
written by a king
Yeah, well,
who
no,
his
of course,
mother
and that was only the,
killed his brother in order for him to assume power.
of course, of course. I mean, and that was only the latest iteration. That was only the latest copy of a copy of a translation of a copy of a copy of a copy of a translation of a translation of a copy, assembled from like all these disparate parts with all these
But
different people with
it
different
comes
agendas.
it comes from
It's a bunch of
it
it's a
comes from
mess. It's a mess.
agnostic teachings. And uh, basically, it is a written metaphor of duality.
A metaphor of what?
Duality. See,
In what
uh,
sense?
that, um, teaching from this book is called Ra, the Law of One, and
Mm.
it's actually what it is it's channelings. Uh, um, some people that uh, I guess allegedly are channeling a fifth density being. See,
A fifth what being?
we're in fourth density, our third density right now. All right, and
Okay.
uh, entities grow in density with their planet. Their planet actually evolves them. So you know, and the I guess you call it the warming, the sunspots, the solar flares, and all that, the activity.
Mm-hmm.
It happens
Mm-hmm.
periodically, and you can trace back to these times that this solar activity happened. You know, they got the science for it. The you know,
Mm-hmm.
from the cores of the Arctic and the Antarctic. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
tell how much radiation and this and that was put out by the sun at the time. Uh, but each time we evolve. We evolve mentally uh, and one uh, you know, we a long time ago, and they've got archaeological evidence of four sapien groups living on the earth at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got the Denisovans. The Denisovans are the cone-headed. You know, the skulls with the some of them are skull binding, but there are a lot of them that ain't. A lot of them don't have the sacral suture, the sacral, you know, the fracture in their head
Mm-hmm.
that splits the hemispheres.
Suspense is killing me.
Mm-hmm.
And when you ask them
So at the
why they don't, they have no answer for it. It's because they're a different race. I mean, they're human race, but you know,
I
a
think I've seen this
offshoot
actually.
of humanity.
So they're not in separate plates. They're just it's all one
Yeah,
smooth
yeah,
like
and
dome
they
shape.
measured the volume of it, and they had almost twice the brain capacity that we did.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. Uh, there's
But yeah, man, when you said that thing about having empathy with people that that most just sort of dismiss as like, oh, you got a drug problem or whatever.
well,
So
they tell you,
like
gut feeling. You know, you can hone that gut feeling.
I mean, well, yeah, and that's just it. If you so I'm currently working at a hotel. It's a humble little spot. Okay, so you can imagine it's like, you know, 2.5 stars at best or whatever, right? It's a Days Inn, and it's in downtown San Diego, and so I run into a lot of situations that, are kind of what people describe as sketchy, right?
Yeah.
So every single day, every single night. And so I'm not working there in the graveyard shift, but I am living here as well. The boss is real cool to me, and he, recognized how prohibitively expensive it is to live in downtown San Diego, and so he's given me a room at a fat, deep discount.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, yeah, it's super chill. So I'm like working and living at this hotel, which is why I said to your friend that I haven't even like filled up the gas tank in forever. I have no idea how much gas is right now because I'm literally just laying low. The caddy is just chilling, and like, I have no reason to go anywhere. All my needs are met right here. So I'm pretty much just living and working at the Days Inn.
See, you're a hermit too.
It's nice. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you, man. I really enjoy this. Like, don't get it twisted. You understand why do I insist on the graveyard shift of all? I'm not gonna I insist.
No
Like,
people.
if ever there, yeah, very few people that I
And
have
the
to
ones
like.
you do see are so
maybe-
colorful that make your day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, really, like, I might have to cross paths with like 5 people on a busy night. You know what I mean? Like on a slow night, it's 0 to 1.5 people that I see. You know what I mean? Like it's super chill. It's like lately, it's been super like silent night, holy night, like dead as hell. Like I just all that's expected of me is just to go out for a out and just show up, just be there. You know what I mean? It's super chill. Just
Oh, I gotta go piss.
So-
sorry. I go pee.
No, that's right.
Come up
Yeah,
real quick.
do it.
I'll be right back.
Isn't that crazy? I just urgently. Yeah.
Give it. Oh no. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Sorry, Alright.
So Graham, what I was gonna tell you though is like,
Oh, excuse me. Hello?
you know, while yeah, what I was gonna tell you is that like while my job like does involve like some degree of like, you know, just like wariness about like making sure yeah, and just making sure that people aren't trying to take advantage of us or like things with the rooms and trying to do scheming, scandalous things or whatever, because they will, you know, they do, of course. I mean, in a sense, that's what they told me before, I think, but like, so, you know, there's a certain degree of like, you know, we allow you know, a certain like level of mischief, but like as long as you're not harming anyone or anything, like just, you know, like keep it, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, if you can kind of be discreet about your nonsense, like that's, you know, that would be cool. So I mean, obviously, like there is that, but like, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm always like looking for the good in people.
Oh
And
yeah.
I find if you give people a chance,
Yeah.
and you don't assume the worst of them automatically, then they'll often really surprise you. Like they really like give them a chance to shine, give them a chance to show them to show you their best, and they will. Like they often will. And so like, and I have coworkers that take exactly the opposite approach. They act as if they're like a bouncer at a club or something. Like they act like they're not in the hospitality business welcoming people, but rather like they're like some kind of security guard, and they act as if everyone's a nuisance. Everyone that approaches the counter is like, what do you want? No, you can't. No, we're all booked up, and even when you know, we're not and stuff. Clearly we have like 23 vacancies, and they're like, no, I just sold the last room or whatever, because they don't like their face or something, you know what I mean? It's terrible.
Prejudge them.
And yeah, absolutely, all day and all night. And I have one coworker in particular who's the worst about this. He's just absolutely acts as if everyone is just like a nuisance, and just how dare they trouble him to ask for a room. I swear, if Mary and Joseph came, like, you know, we'd just be like, nope, no room at the inn, no, not even a manger, get the fuck out, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just, he's an asshole. And so it's funny, I captured on film last night, like a prime example of that very thing. It's like an exact example of our different approaches, and it's like, I almost feel like sending you the video, but it's like I was riding around town on one of those bird scooters, you know. I don't know. They probably don't have those where you are, but or maybe they do. What are you at Little Rock or?
Well, I'm 20 miles south of Little Rock. I'm so far out in the woods, even fleas wear flea collars.
Right. So, yeah, no, but when you've been in the city, you've maybe seen like how there's probably they have like a scoot like scooters that you can ride around on. You have a little app that you can scan the scooter and get charged for. You can kind of rent them or.
Not around here, not Arkansas, but
Okay, well, fair enough. But in San Diego and in many cities, like there's these, it's only emerged in like the last 2 or 3 years, but it's cool. There's just all these like little electric scooters just like chilling on every block, and so now it's really easy to get around, like really fast. Like, and all you do is just like download an app or whatever, and you can just like scan a little barcode on the scooter itself, and and it just unlocks it, and you whiz around, like zip down the street or whatever, for a few minutes. You know, when you get to your destination, like
Well, how much
12
does it
blocks
cost?
away, whatever it is, it's like $3.25 or whatever for that ride. You know what I mean? And you were riding around for like 15-20 minutes. It's a good ass deal, and it's fun. Like it's every bit as efficient as any like taxi or anything like that. Probably faster in many cases because you're not dealing with traffic lights, and so you're just zipping around town. It's really fun. Wind blowing.
When
in your
I was
hair.
in
It's a
Shreveport, I had
blast.
a motorized bicycle.
Yeah, it's a blast, man. Just you know, just go. And so anyway, I was zipping around, and I decided to film it on my GoPro. I fastened the GoPro. I have like a chest-mounted thing, so I could like film it directly from my
Yeah.
perspective or
Yeah, I
whatever,
know
and
what
like
GoPro
wide
is.
fisheye lens or whatever, just capture it all, right? Just for fun, you know, just see what it looked like. And then I didn't turn it off when I got back to the hotel. And so the other graveyard shift guy that works on the nights that I'm not working, he was working, right? And so I decided just like I realized it was on. And I was like, but I didn't bother to turn it off. Like it's kind of tucked in, like I had like my jacket kind of like around it, so it had my little police body cam in a way or whatever, just like still filming, just to kind of see what would happen or whatever, to see if like what kind of interesting things I might document. Well, okay, so this dude comes around. He's kind of lurking in our parking lot or whatever, and you know it's totally normal, like everyday experience or whatever. Just like we got all kinds of little transients and crackheads and like little like you know whatever, like just people just you know trying to find a place to be, you know, because their entire life is just being pushed aside and kicked down the curb. It would just you know move along. You know what I mean? Like when it's that level, when you get to that level or whatever, like nobody cares for you. You know what I mean? Like you don't have any friends, family really to speak of. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what,
I
you know,
was,
there's no
I
comfortable resting place
spent
or
3
whatever.
years
Like,
in the homeless veteran shelter.
yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So and then your whole life just becomes like can I just find a place where nobody's gonna bother me for just like fucking 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Like just to just be able to like rest my bones and close my eyes for a second or whatever, just relax, you know. And so I get that, you know. So I'm never a dick to people like when I have to kind of tell them, hey man, you can't just be like chilling here loitering like all night long, like you kind of like, I'm sorry man, like yeah, you know, and I'm real gentle about it or whatever, like, but like yeah, this guy came along and he was being very human. Just simply was like, "Oh, excuse me, sir," like to the guy that was on duty, and he was like out on his smoke break, and I was like, "Hey, can I join you?" And I smoke, you know, grab a black and mild and smoke with. And the guy was just came along, "Hey, sir, excuse me, can I have a question, sir?" And he's like, "No, we're good here. Yeah, you know, just move along. Yeah, we just you could just go out. Yep, just go out the parking lot right there. You know, like just didn't even acknowledge the fact that this guy approached him in this very humble, like soft-spoken, like, "Sir, please, I have a question." Like didn't even acknowledge that he'd said that. He was just like, "No, get out. Like get the fuck out. Like whatever. I don't care. Whatever you're saying, I'm not even listening. Bye. Like." Peace, like be gone, human refuse.
Shut
You know?
mine.
Like, yeah, absolutely, and he treats everyone like that, even if they're like a legitimate paying customer. They're like guilty until proven innocent with him. He puts them through the ringer. It's ridiculous. But like this guy comes like, you know, "Sir, I have a question," and he was so soft spoken and so like just humbly kind of mumbling. I couldn't quite catch hear what he said, but the video picked it up. I went back and listened to it, and the GoPro picked it up in full like volume clarity, like really well. I couldn't really hear him, but all he was saying, he was just like, you know, "Sir, like, may I watch the TV, please?" Like he wanted, all he wanted to do was to sit in the lobby for a moment and watch the TV. And honestly, if I had been on duty, I would have let him. Like, just, you know, what harm is there in that? Just, you know, for a little bit, why not? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But, and I let people come through and charge their phones if they need to. I give them an outlet to charge their phones. I'll hook them up, you know, I'll throw them some, like, stuff out of our little concession. We got a little like refrigerator with some little sodas and with some famous Amos cookie packets and flaming hot Cheetos or whatever. And to me, it's nothing. Like I'm like if they're so stoked, like thank you so much. I'm like, man, if I just made your day with like a little 1.3 ounce bag of famous Amos cookies, like. You know what I mean? Like I'm a good Samaritan, man. I just did my, you know what I mean? Like everybody wins. I'm a fucking hero, and you and you just had like your Christmas miracle or whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like everybody's happy. Like why would you not want to? You know what I mean? Like just lend a hand or whatever. It disgusts me. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's just like no, get out of
I
here.
see somebody that fucking, you know, I actually, you know, even when I was in the homeless shelter. I was in a pretty good place because they took real good care of us. You know, it's a transitional house for veterans, but you know, I've seen a few of them that would go to shelters and stuff. Shit, I'd bring them my lunch and shit.
Hell yeah, dude! Half our rooms here are occupied by VA residents. Like they are just ongoing. They just extend them like every week or so or whatever. Just keep them rolling. You know, I mean, fuck. I'm a goodwill case here. I'm a fucking, you know, in a sense, like, you know what I mean. I'm a charity case up in this bitch. but truly, man, like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, and so the guy, like, when I asked Mark, I said, what was this question? And he just goes, like, this ridiculous little fucking foolish laugh, going like,
oh, he done it because he liked
what is
it. He done it. He was that way because he liked doing it.
Yeah, no, he was laughing because the very idea that I could actually, because he said he had a question, the very idea that somebody might actually be listening, like, to care what the question was so that it might be answered. Like, how absurd. Like, he just missed it before, he probably didn't even hear him say that he had a question. He just saw that he was opening his mouth and he just said, no, get the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? He just saw, like, a homeless man and he said, just, like, I don't even want to hear it. I was like, what was this question? And he goes, his question, come on, give me a break, you know? And I was like, okay. And then I just kind of, like, resumed talking about whatever we were talking about, football or some bullshit, you know, just to appease him. I'm kind of playing, like, I'm sort of playing with, like, I'm trying to play nice with this guy to sort of see what he's about, because, like, we've had some conflicts in the past, and I'm trying to, like, ease the tension or whatever, but... So I'm going, okay, just trying to be civil with him. Okay, yeah, football, whatever. But then, so 2 seconds later, he goes, Josh, would you excuse me for a moment? And just, can you do me a favor and just like, sit here and just kind of like just hang out here for a moment while I go and lock all the doors or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is really over the top. Like, this guy poses absolutely no threat. Like, he's so feeble, he looks like he couldn't even harm himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just this poor man. Like, he's so downtrodden. How is he gonna come and invade your fortress? Like, come on, dude. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, fucking chill the fuck out.
You know,
I'm gonna go lock the doors. And yeah, absolutely. And
they
feel
wonder,
like he kind of already
well,
has
how
in a way,
did this happen to me?
This cold, desperate,
How did
sad,
this happen
lonely
to
life,
me?
you know?
Why does this happen to me? You get back what you put out. Might not get it right then.
Exactly.
But it's a coming.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Yeah, he's gonna be Ebenezer Scrooge, bro. Like, visited by the ghost of Christmas future. If you continue along this path, this is what awaits you, my friend. But yeah, so he's just like, okay, I'm gonna go lock all the doors. And as he's doing that, I'm just sitting there, and I see the guy out of the corner of my eye. He's left the parking lot. And he's going along the sidewalk up the hill, and he kind of looks over at me, like, and I see him, and he just gives me this glance of like I don't even know what it was, but it was just like a recognition of like, you're actually a human being, aren't you?
Nah.
Like, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not like this fucking, like,
yeah, see,
whatever
that wasn't. He didn't have to say nothing.
No, he goes, you're not one of these cold-blooded
You could feel
android
it.
fucking motherfuckers, are you, right? And I just go, oh, and like the moment I saw him and look at his eyes, I was just like, oh, I had taken like 2 puffs off this Black and Mild, and I'm not gonna smoke the whole thing. Any of these things last, like, it's like a California burrito. It'll last you like a week. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, it's impossible to smoke when no one's sitting. They're just like these crazy monstrosities or whatever. So like I knew very well I was just gonna like chuck the thing in like after one more puff anyway, and it was pretty much entirely brand new Black and Mild, and I'm like,
dude.
without hesitation, I just jumped.
Hey, I just realized something. I can see all of my screen when I'm broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the screen part that I couldn't see, I can see it when I'm broadcasting.
Oh, sweet!
I got $66,000, 327, 988 goes.
Is it like a window within a window thing?
No. What it done is it pushed in the sides, so it made it taller. Got that little black strip on your right side. All right.
Sure, yeah. The aspect ratio is different, so
they changed the aspect of the screen, so
nice.
Now I know how to do it. Now I know how to do it and see all on my screen. Ooh, I can be dangerous.
Yeah, man.
Now.
So anyway, conclusion of the story is just that like I jump up and I go over to the guy immediately, just hand him like pretty much this full Black and Mild. Just go, hey man, you can have this, and he goes, you're a good guy. Thank you. And he's like, you have a good night. Okay, good night. I'm like, yeah, man, you be safe out there. And that was it. And then Mark came back and was like, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. The end. But anyways, I'm gonna just send you.
You're just an old soul and a new body. That's all.
I'm gonna send you the illustration I've been working on. It's kind of cheesy, like when somebody dies, like inevitably somebody wants to like do like a mural of them with like angel wings or whatever and a halo and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, like super corny or whatever. But my excuse is that, well, for one thing, like wings are just really, really fun to draw, and secondly, I sort of justify it by saying these aren't angel wings; they're bird wings, because Early Bird, his name is Earl. And Early Bird was like one of his nicknames, and because he was such a go-getter, he was always like up at the crack of dawn, like, hustling or whatever. And
That's
like
cool.
Early Bird, so these are bird wings, not. And I used like a hawk's wings for reference, and I even kind of like put a piano because he's playing. It's from like an old photograph.
See, most people wouldn't
from
pay that
him
much
when he
attention
was,
to
like-
the details of even that person. I mean, it's
Yeah,
on
well,
the right
it's
track.
funny because when I was living with him, I rented a room from, and he's my boss. And he, at one point, brought to me a photograph of him when he was like, gosh, I don't even know, like 15, 12. I can't even tell from the photograph. Like, how, he's, like a young man, young teenager, whatever, young boy. And he's playing piano. It's from the 1970s. This old kind of like faded sepia tone like photo from the 70s of him seated at the piano, and it had all kinds of like seams and bends and creases and tears and stuff and fade and just scratches and weird marks all over it. And he asked if I could use my Photoshop skills to sort of restore it. And so I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I pretty easily I upped the contrast and the.
Not a driver, you are a mother carrying a precious child to market. And what
You like doing old faces? Huh? Do you like doing old faces? Old faces, of old people. Yeah, wrinkles. Oh yeah. Character. The more character, the better.
It's easy. It's easier in a sense because you can more accurately pinpoint the character of that person, whereas like trying to get Earl's likeness in this like 12-year-old version of him is goddamn daunting. It's been kind of difficult. But he's seated in profile at the piano, and like he's wearing this white suit, like it's like he's in a Sunday best or whatever, but it's kind of angelic looking, right? And then I decided to put these wings on him just as an experiment. I was like, this is corny, but let me try this. And I was like, you know what though, I actually like it. And they did we did call him early bird sometimes, and he certainly was. He was like the go getter. He accomplished more in his mere like 54 years than most people could ever hope to in his entire life. You know, like he really, it was as if he knew he didn't have all the time in the world. He just like got shit done. So it's early bird. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I like just on a whim like made the pages, the sheet music kind of like it's in a tornado like swirling off all around him or whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, I like that too. And so I just got, and I put like a pattern of like piano keys in the feathers of the wings themselves, which is, I'm kind of debating on maybe whether to change that or not. I don't know if it's kind of lame or what. Anyway, it's like basically it's sort of halfway done. So this is what it's a little piece that's really appropriate in my iPad. And just like rendering like all the little filaments in the wings, the little individual filaments in the feathers and stuff is what's so interesting. And I could work on it forever, basically. Maddening in that sense, especially digital. You literally could work on it forever because like, you can endlessly undo and redo and save different versions and go off on all different branch off of so many different tangents and different versions. It's madness. It could go on literally forever.
I didn't lose you, did I?
No, I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
here. No, yeah. I just sent you those pictures so whenever you have a peaceful moment. I know you're in mid battle right now.
Yeah. I got one phone I use like a Bluetooth. But where I'm at, I get terrible internet, and I didn't have the but never used credit, never had credit, and to get satellite shit, they wanted about I think $1,300 for the equipment. Not so I use a hotspot on my phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Because the Wi-Fi at this hotel is absolutely terrible. Like it just basically doesn't work. So yeah, everything's off my hotspot.
Now I see how much goods I got in the wagon. Yeah, deliver this. Get on my phone. Yes, if I'm in a spot that there should be a cell tower, but there isn't one. Mm-hmm. And we got pretty rough service here. So what I do is I'll find a good place for the phone and leave it set, so I ain't got to move it or nothing. That way I only get bad internet when they all want to play, because they play during peak hours. If that you see that? See, I ain't even got kicked after 11 o'clock or so. I found out that when you when you whew, damn revenue on me, boy. No! I blew my wagon up, asshole. You know they can do that now, huh?
Deliver some moonshine?
The revenuers can blow your shit up now, and so can the bandits blow your trader goods up.
When you're delivering moonshine?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And when
That's
you're
so weird.
Delivering
They never-
trader
I mean,
goods,
these
don't
days,
let them
like,
get up on you. Don't let
usually
4 or
don't
5 of
even-
them get up on you because they'll blow your wagon up.
Shit.
They just
I'll come
put,
join you,
they
man.
just
I'll
done
shoot
that.
up in here.
That was that pissed me off.
That's
was a
crazy. Half the
waste.
time, like, they don't even. These days, they're pretty much just over it. They're like, move along. But see, do you mess with them first, or?
Well, you know, they had the blockade, so I had to stop. And I had to kill them.
Yeah. Well,
And,
but I mean, did
was
you
the
wait to
ones
see if
trailing
they-
me after, you know, I left the blockade.
But I'm saying, like, did they call you like, hey, we got moonshine here, or did you
Yeah.
jump the gun and just start
Well,
killing them before?
I just jumped out before they searched and killed them.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you don't do that, they usually these days they just kind of go like, all right, move along, like. But you,
I ain't never.
you just can't.
What do they
resist the
do if
fight,
they
huh?
do find the moonshine? I ain't never stopped for them. I never have.
You don't stop.
No.
No, if they used to do a lot more. Like it was kind of like it would be like 60-40, like it would have, like most of the time, or 70-30.
Most of the time they just let me pass on
Most
by.
of the time they'd be like, oh, let me inspect this here wagon, and then be like, boys, we got moonshine, you know, and then start shooting. And you just gotta, and usually you could just outrun them, and they just, you know, whatever. But
I always jump off
then,
so they
you
don't
know,
hit
but
the
then part of the time,
wagon.
no, part of the time they would go, it seems okay, you know, go ahead, whatever. They don't bother to look that deeply into it, right? And so, now though, it seems like the balance is way different. Like these days, like 90% of the time, they don't even look. They go, hey, pull that wagon up here, and they, like, you just have to sit there. You have to be patient for like maybe 30, 20 seconds or something. You know, not even. And then like they kind of go, yeah, whatever. Get out of here, or whatever. And then if you if you don't want to deal with it, you just go. You know, like that's. But you just jump the gun.
Yeah, I never have. I've
I gotta
never
kill them
stopped
all
for
before they
them
discover the moonshine.
No, I either stop and jump off so they don't hit the wagon, or just run back. I usually just barrel through, but I'll stop that time.
Nah, man. I think you'll find if you just chill, if you just stop for a second, like they'll pretty much just wave you on. Like if you don't, you know what I mean? You have a nice peaceful delivery, no hassle, no problem. Easy $200.
Where's the fun in that?
Funny. Yeah, I know, right? That's true. That's a good point, though. That is a good point. Alright, here it comes. Here it comes. I never thought I was gonna be. I'm gonna do one quick delivery with Super Honkie and I'm out. Like here I am, fucking hours later. Like, pff, what the fuck? Here we go. Let's go.
Man, that's twice I've had to go get this bison pelt. I ain't even looked at the dailies. Let's see, are you a 3-star? No.
Google, I tried to figure out like try to cross-reference these things, but I couldn't figure out. I couldn't like somehow pull up. I couldn't find that specific like commercial because there's so many KFC commercials. You know, they have Reba McEntire playing Colonel Sanders. You know what I mean? Like it's like It's impossible to narrow it down to one.
You know, Lester on GTA 5.
Yeah, vaguely. I never really played any GTA.
The one with the cane.
I know that sounds crazy.
The one with the cane.
Sure.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I played with B-Man and Sean. They got a friend. He sent me a picture of him. Man, this dude, Rockstar owes him fucking royalties for his likeness.
Should we do Condor Egg?
I can't. I like it, but I've gotten it one time.
The crazy thing is, I actually had the strangest beginner's luck with Condor Egg. The first 2 times I ever played Condor Egg, I got the Condor Egg, like, just by some miracle. And I was like, what? Like, the first
I got
2
it.
times.
Yeah, the first time
and then
I
after
played
that,
it, I got
like, yeah. But then, yeah, after that, I don't think I ever got it after those first 2 times. Now I just don't even bother anymore. Fuck it. Because everybody knows, like, exactly where it's likely to be. Like, they know little strategies or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they know where it's at.
Nah, never mind.
There's,
I just got
there's only like
lucky
6 different locations
and
for each spot.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I just came upon a bison herd.
Let's see. Let me come wagon. Get rid of some of that.
I like it here. Good, clean air.
Yeah, him hating dogs, that goes over me because I got a 14-year-old dog. Yeah, see, I can't have kids, so she's my kid.
What's her name?
Diamond. She's a full-blooded Shih Tzu.
Diamond. Beautiful.
Diamond
14,
Jewel.
wow.
Her papers as Diamond Jewel Kennedy. You know my white Arabian, right? Horse.
Yeah, moonshine.
I had her way before they come out with the moonshine DLC.
I know, I remember that.
Supplies are good. I'm a happy man. Beautiful. That's top notch.
Okay. How much would that give me? Damn, that ain't much. That was pretty good.
Well, you don't see one of these
Legendary boar pelt, ain't but $18.75.
what a beauty.
Emerald wolf. Do I got that one? It don't matter. I put the whole thing in there. I can't use it anyway.
Well, this is a particularly fine specimen, I must say.
Earlier today, it was hot for legendaries, and I had 3 of them in there. So, and the alligator, I didn't get to get that pelt. I killed it, and as I was skinning it, 2 came out of the water and got me. I got the teeth, that was it.
It was I heard you talking about that. It was a little one, and then 2 big ones got you.
Well, you know, you got the legendary, and
Oh, right.
When you're doing the
regular ones.
alligator,
Oh, yeah.
the surrounding
Yeah, they gang
alligators
up
will
on you, huh?
attack you.
That's right, yeah. That's right,
And as I thought it, most of the time it's over with. Once you kill them, they don't bother you no more. But for some reason, this one, when I killed him, I was jumped off my horse, went over there and started skinning him. As I was skinning him, two popped up out of the water. Two red dots popped up and fucking ambushed me. So I know next time, and I don't have that sun gator. The last time I seen him, I had the bright idea of shooting him with explosive rounds, and I couldn't get the carcass. I couldn't get the skin. I messed it up too bad.
Speaking of which, I'm slaughtering this little bison. I'm butchering this freaking bison herd. I thought I was gonna cleanly pick off one 3-star. I ended up just massacring like a bunch of 1-stars because I can't fucking aim right. It's a mess. I'm single-handedly responsible for the fucking bison's extinction.
No, they're not extinct. They're
a couple out there.
Oh
just
yeah.
Like
You go to Oklahoma. I forgot the name.
Couple
of the mountain,
still
but,
knocking
they got
about.
a mountain there, and at Lawton, Oklahoma, where I went to base. AIT in the military. They got a bunch of fucking bison around that place. Is that the cougar? No, right there.
Damn. You still there?
Oh yeah. I'm there.
I just freaking got a little excited there and knocked down my brand new, very expensive mic. That's a fucking mess. This thing's heavy as hell, man.
Oh no, don't do that.
Oh no.
Get off me, cougar.
Oh damn. Put a dent right in
Oh,
the
no.
middle of it.
Oh, he got me. I wasn't paying attention. My horse told me off.
Idiot.
You know you can keep your horse from throwing you off one time. You've got the do you have the ability to duck on your horse? You know, go off to the side.
I forgot how
you
you do
duck
that. Yeah.
one time, and you can keep them from throwing you one time. And then they'll throw you after that.
How do you duck? I've forgotten how you duck.
You just hit square. Where the hell is he? I don't even see him. Oh shit! Stay behind me.
Get him.
Oh, missed me. Hey, too sore. I'll probably finished breaking it that time. Yep, my pipe.
And Graham, I dropped my brand new microphone and I put a fat dent right in the grill.
Ooh.
Oh man.
I can't have nothing nice either.
Yeah, seriously, like, what the fuck, man? Come on, like, this is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, see,
Damn it, Josh.
you know that Pepe Le Pew bong I sent you? I had a glass tabletop on a milk crate, and I had it sitting on there, and my dog Diamond bailed off the bed, onto the tabletop to get down, and when she did, it was sitting on the edge, and the glass top flipped that, and it throwed it and broke it.
Yeah. That hurts, man. That thing, it cost like, it was at least like
I paid $1 for it,
something like that.
I paid $1 for the mug. I found it at Goodwill. No, I'm sorry, Salvation
hurts
Army.
My soul. That hurts my heart.
No. You just done that now?
Yeah, I got a little too, because I have it like set up on this. Really, it's my own stupid fault. It's not like it's on the most sturdy platform. Like, I just kind of have these things like precariously stacked on top of each other, thinking that's gonna be fine. And it's a heavy ass mic. Like, the mic is as heavy as like your whole PlayStation, maybe heavier. Like, it's a solid like rock, man. It's crazy. It's like one of those like desk mounted, like old timey, like, you know, it stands on it, like, I mean, maybe you've seen them. It's called a Yeti, Yeti X, Yeti from Blue.
Is it like the ones that are not round? They're kind of square, not really square.
Kind of yeah. But like a really nice quality and stuff, and like, so you can hear every. But like, and I'm sure like that dent. I bet you I didn't harm the functionality of it in any way, shape, or form. But like, it's not pretty anymore. Like, it really, like, it can't be good for it either. You know what I mean? Like, something in its acoustics has been like altered somehow, I'm sure. Fuck me.
Damn, my friend didn't bring my damn flashlight, but. Ooh. Oh, it's getting cold.
Hey, you want to do some bounties?
Huh? I'm finna get out there. I'm getting kind of cold. I'm gonna have to cover up.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna go and see. I gotta catch my. I gotta go next door and get my flashlight. I don't want to be in here in the dark if the power goes out and
Alright, man. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure as always, but man,
I'll probably be back on
like,
here in a little bit though. A couple hours.
I might. Okay, I might be back on. It's good. I should take a break because I had some. I'm trying to get my room in order. All I've got to worry about is one little hotel room, but it can get cluttered pretty quickly. So I'm gonna try to tidy up around here.
You ever seen my place?
But man, how cool! Like, discovering that you draw and tattoo and all that stuff. So cool, man. If you stumble upon any more of your work, send it my way, man. Anything you got, I'd love to see it.
Lately, I ain't been really pencil drawing. I just ain't got the room for it, and like I said,
Maybe
you know,
do something.
I
Maybe
do
work
it
on
for
something new.
I do it for people, kind of as a reward for them being good people. Yeah.
Oh, I better.
That's how I do it. I mean, that's just how I do it. And,
better butter you up.
I can choose who and what I want to draw.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
way you don't get redundant to me, because I'm
Yeah.
one of them people. If I used to do a lot of carpenter work and stuff like that, and it just got repetitive and redundant, and just got to where I couldn't do it.
Alright, man, well,
C'est agréable. Now we wait.
if you get those creative juices flowing, man, you know who's dying to see
I've been
your
painting
latest
mostly
genius.
lately. Just like I got this antique trunk. I've done a
Yeah.
skull on it. I've been having a thing for skulls lately.
Yeah, no, I feel you for sure. Too. I'll have to show you what I did with the decorations here at the Days Inn. We went fucking over the top, and I was surprised, like, both the general manager and the owner, like, rather than going, Josh, what the fuck are you doing? They were like, rock on. Have fun, man. Do your thing. Like, that was a relief. But yeah, man, I'll send you some pics. It's kind of crazy.
Oh shit!
Alright, man.
You don't have damn 40-degree, 20-degree weather up there, do you? Or west here.
No, it's pretty warm today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
That's one of the things here. It might be warm one day and be looking 20 degrees that night.
Yeah, I actually missed that about, well, I was, before coming out here for a time, between the last cruise ship and here, 5 minutes, like, I like that variety. Here, barely ever rains. It's kind of, it's nice, but it's fucking, like, monotonous, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I could probably do that, but, just for, just, I don't know, it's the way I look, I have about people, I would probably force myself to do something like that, in other words.
Force yourself to do something like what?
Like,
Force.
desktop, motel or something.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes I think, man, I'm in San Diego, it's beautiful outside. I got Balboa Park and the San Diego Zoo, like, literally 2 minutes from here. And, like, why am I not getting out and doing more stuff? But
People are
I will,
assholes.
though. I'll
that's
get around to it.
I mean, they've gotten to where it's just, to me, I feel it everywhere. Just a lot of hatred. From
Yeah, it's getting pretty
people.
contentious
It's
out
just
there.
something.
I agree.
That's one of the reasons I don't get around people. I want to be in my own vibration, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I feel you. Definitely.
I appreciate it. You too. I like your work, Ryan. Thinking, hell, you're still young. Hell, you'd probably be better than me. Everything. You don't want to just do, like, one of the things I want to do, I can't because of money right now. I'm trying to figure out how to build one, is blow glass. I mean, huh?
chicks one night, and yeah, it wasn't anything that special. It was just one weird one night stand. But anyway, that's just what.
Mm-hmm.